Hi, welcome back to my play of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Some of the patches after level 50. Now we are to formate our military part under the science. Maybe? Oh, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Blothven. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many whom may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with our recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter and we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay. Upper decks. I don't like the lift, I like the stairs. Okay, let's do this first and then we can Iseheart back. Should there be one possible here? An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there are a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter company. Okay. That's fair. Even though, I've saved the world of Eorzea so many times, but okay. Don't come with me. Some would well let opportunity and others would stand watch. Mr. Alphonen's new organization. Yes, I had heard of the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa must needs receive my full attention. That is 100% fair. That we would even try him is peculiar to me. But that's fine. Up west. He is on the outer or inner part? Not inner. Not outer. Upper, lower. Be the walkways here? I feel like I've gone down a few times, which is here. Maybe up is also a possibility, but I'm gonna apparently go down first since I found that first. And I am gonna bar this up so I can pedal it on. Okay. I'm gonna speed this up when I edit it. My whole direction was wrong, so we're just gonna go down here. I have no idea what quest I was looking for. That's a different channel. No, a different playlist. A different playlist it is. Well, if it ain't Stabo, I do not forget a venturer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Earl Riot, don't you? Ryol? Formerly of the Company of Heroes. 3 whistled at the Bronze Lake, aye, and ain't often I drag myself out the limbs for a drink, but I'm glad I did it. How fare you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew. Top tier work. Sounds like a right lark it does. Lark? Alright, lads, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into my grave just yet. That's not too bad at all. A precursor to United Eosian Grand Company. Well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibility here at Nalk and Vermel keeps me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Why do we ask guild masters from, like, jobs and works and such? Or, I don't know if he's a guild master. I feel like he gives me the quest for that profession. I'm not quite sure, though. At least I speak to him often. Too high ranking to be put out. You, I don't know, on the other hand. Who in the bloody else do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous flop, try knocking on that dandy civilian's door. Sorry for trying to help the realm. I won't ever do it again. Yeah, well. I totes will. Stavo, your recruiting went well, I trust? I'm curious how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa. Ah, a member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. That's too many S's. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nofficious Alta. If I'm here, why don't I just fly? Oh, that's something different. Keep forgetting I went bard to Pendleton. So I need to remember to Pendleton. Conjurer's Guild. Okie dokie. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. And then we go back to Gildslids and Blusklusk. Was that the right one? Gildslids and Blusklusk? Yeah, why not? I got any fun titles yet? Oh. I have gotten so many. Postwoman. Seeker of skill. I seek skill now. Oh gods, can it really be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was the whaler and a regular patron at Buscaran's. Yeah. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Goal had changed me more than I realized. Goal. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? What is your policy on reformed convicts? As matter stands, the Woodwellers will have naught more to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Reverend Sol, you say? I shall leave it once. You shall not regret this. I promise you, I'm a changed man. Oh, I hope so, because you was annoying. Lance skilled. I'm not sure of this one. It is not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise. But its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Yeah, as I said, higher ranking in other guilds seems like the wrong way to go. But we're getting the word out there, and when we grow, they'll keep running at our doors. Yes, they will. Don't be the servant guy. It's gonna be that man. I want him. He can't serve her anymore. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress. I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Yeah, okay. Fair. Who are you? Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Stabo, isn't it? It's been some time since our paths crossed outside Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Mayune tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order. Well, your cause is undoubtedly just. And my old companions there would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Ilidescu safely home. Excellent. Now we're on a roll, Elfinord. Rolling in recruits. And off to recruit in Ul'dah, I suspect. I expect. Is that an abbreviation? And why is the word abbreviation so long? Ponder that. I'm so glad I remember that airship landing is also a thing I can port to. What news, Dabo? For my part, the seed seer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, that is much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike to Ul'dah whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the royal promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Yes, let us do that. And then I will port to the Chamber of Rule, because I think I remember from last... That's the word he used, is there. Oh. Ah. This is why I don't like the lift. I do not know those names. Oh, look at me just popping off where I'm supposed to be. Without any knowledge of such. This is where I wanted to port to. I mean... There we go. Where is it? What's that? Look at the pretty bow. Leviathan. I ran past Alphinaud because I was so in love with my bow. Ul'dah, the gilded city where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Stabbo! A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the companions of the next stall over, let alone the counter-drums of a neighbouring nation. Well, pardon you. You've supervised what room adrift down Pear Lane? I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers in the streets say organization is funded by corrupt coin by the syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Lies? Oh, these lies run deep. Gladiator skills. I like how these lies just run about there. The city. I'm worried for Ul'dah. Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be past. And a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Anyway, what disaster really got me thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make myself more of a worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions. You say that it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry. I'm not the same stippling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Beautiful, friend. At least you also have reformed. I do appreciate that. He tried to backstab me and I did not appreciate it. Not at all. It's fun that they bring back the characters from old quests like this. That's a very fun concept. Oh! Another person we know from that other playlist. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me. Is this some new fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. If anyone ever thought she would do such work, they were misguided. Do I know this one then? I can't remember the name, but the names, you know. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am urchin of the Church of St. Adamaladama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. Remember, a most upsetting business. Are you here with your company? Thancred, wasn't it? Your companion. Thancred, wasn't it? Ah, this new company you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force of good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. And you better pray for me. No. Dah. How fared you, Stabo? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single and meager youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talks of Eorzean salvation must seem akin to gasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Stavo. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed in my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin in their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely on outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffer could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors of doubt surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has a chance to prove its worth. And as long as in the syndicate are people trying to destroy the city, they will just make rumors and rumors will fly. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we would waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stones for a united Eorzea. And that's all well and dandy. But I need to know what's happened to the students of Baldessian. Can our first venture be to their island? That doesn't communicate with anyone anymore? It annoys me so. But I'm gonna look at the pretty sites with all the space.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Trust me.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
Please.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
With you, girl.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
I'm sorry.
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh, Teddy.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
We'll get something on him. We'll get something on him. So I got 4 people, and then he got recruits from the grand companies themselves, I hope. That's how I understood it, at least. Ah, this is not. That's not the journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our efforts is at hand. I must see to the preparation of the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Dabo. I am certain the Antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Greetings, Sabo. Alphino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tatru is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness. So I'm afraid the recruitments themselves have been left to their own devices in the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaffborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? I will do aught. What can I do for you, Stabo? I thought you'd have your hands full helping with the new arm of the Scions. I barely noticed our recruitments arrive. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we've had pass through here every day. While I appreciate your offer of aid, it is more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the Antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run? The shipment! Slaffborn, the shipment! We couldn't... Ooh, thieves about? Gods, woman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier efforts. But just as we sought to cross over into Mor Dhona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is aught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is likely to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House 4 attempts. We collected provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Stabo, were you not on good terms with the Knight of House 4 attempts? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talent. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes of lightening a load, but I need someone who can help bringing this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relation with the Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Thank you for understanding. I am certain Lord Horsefant Hankvant will be glad of your assistance. Yes, I will go straight there with my etheric teleportation magic. Bump. Hankvat. Well, if it isn't my fine friend Stabo Nevheim, would you care for a plate of roast cowl? Some mulled wine? No? I see you have not come into my hall for merely escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. It really isn't.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all, They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mor Dhona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts.
Fortom.
'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iseheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iseheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Yep.
Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
But of course. When the cold is setting in. When the cold is setting in. Never going to get to see the new mount. Or have we seen it? Just I've been busy doing other things than to notice it got popped on. We shall see. That does not look any way, shape or form comfortable, but okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Stabbo, welcome, welcome. You will be pleased to know that the repairs to Stone Vigil proceeds apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong. That the Dravinians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim? On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the fury! But you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess then, 'tis a sad truth that the wild hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their numbers. They strike swiftly without warning and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. It's the heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iseheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fever. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhap you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Oh, I love the Garuda music. Don't mind me, I'm just bringing a horse into the hospital. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was travelling my usual route to Witherbrim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. The next thing I knew, I was on the ground, and several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armour, crystal. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint with my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me it was a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Fair. Fair. When they're cold, keep setting in. When they're cold, keep setting in. Some dailies here as well, so I just don't want to get confused by the arrows of quests. Oh. Back to Summoner. Oh, brutal. I want Nibelina with me. When they're cold, keep setting in. They're back. Ah, draw your weapons, fool. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You are coming seeking heretics? Then we share a common purpose. We're on patrol where we chance to cross one of the raiding parties and pursue them here. By rights, we should have them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone. Vanished like icy wraiths. Look up there. Not now, but in the previous picture. There. Said Ice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A glimpse of a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iseheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And where did she appear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall. Some hidden tunnels that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best were we to return to Witherbrim Front, and lay our suspicions before Lord Drillmont. Okay. Ooh, the mount! The second mount. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Music is so peculiar. Stabbo, it appears to owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found near Snowcloak were some of my finest, that they should be bested so handedly. I fear I have vowed woefully underestimated threats these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk on the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. 'Twould be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be a very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhand and inform Lord Horsefant of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. And for Iseheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. It will not. Is this going to be a trial run for our new company? Or will this be me and then we inaugurate the company? I am curious, but we will see.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iseheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iseheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iseheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
With more lead then, to have this not happen again. Stavo, 'tis good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen waste of Kothas? How's Fortims is to send a second shipment? I must send thanks to Lord Horsefant for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows prosperity, I fear it will attract even greater number of those who would do us harm. In the name of greed or power. All of us Ulfenod's new recruits included must remain vigilant against such threats. Yeah. Brave new companions. While you were away in Kothas, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were well, but all completed. although Tataru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frenetic receptionist could do with a hand? Yay, let me help Tataru. I love Tataru. Is she inside or outside? I never know. Because she was outside in the Walking Sands. But she's here. She's just before the Sola. Okay. Oh, the beautiful desk and shelving. These parchment need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Stabbo, you startled me. You wish to lend me a hand? Splendid. Would you be dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track all of them down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphinaud if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have a matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Depends on the organization. I feel like us main Scions in the meetings don't need to have the same uniform. We do such different things. Oh, we have many recruits. Lovely. Those who believe in this company will see no riches and short-sighted fools. The giving of once, 'tis an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms was a splendid idea. Once the organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. I am to hand out 8. I feel like there are more than 8 here, but maybe it's just cluttered. The scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm and through this new company, a fine opportunity to contribute to on a grander scale. Ooh, now that is a striking shade of blue. But alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for colour. No, it won't. That's the button. I don't believe we've met. I'm Ildebred, and I have the honour of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Aww, good captain. These uniforms are a shrewd decision. I hope shrewd is positive, because that made no sense to me. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. Good captain! There's good captain vibes. Ooh, Wildred. Turned good guy, hopefully. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenant's Toll. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Okay, I'm curious to see how it looks, really. Hello there, lass. Looking for me, was ya? I'd just given a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear amongst all the bustle. Ooh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. Yeah, maybe I gave you the wrong one. Ul'dah has at last retired from the adventurous life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. I love this for you. This is great. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization, it's somewhat intimidating. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Stabo Nebheim. Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about the town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. 'Tis an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Thank you. Of course, that's not the quest I was doing. Derpity derp. That's the Excel dailies I'm doing. I thought I'd best mimic my fellows here, but I admit that I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. That's okay, I haven't gotten your orders yet. Ooh, our new uniforms. I am reminded of our induction to the Wood Whalers. Yeah. We haven't inaugurated, you haven't got your orders, of course you wouldn't know. Basically starting out blind. Back to Alfinord. Levelier. Yes, Dabo. Tatru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits? Some few answered the call to arms I put forth through established grand companies and such. We're not an army. We're not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I'd thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Stabo. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. What's the name then? I'm so curious. I want to see.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Crystal Braves. That's a great name. Ooh, beautiful uniforms.
Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Ooh. New sign off. Salute, new salute. Hope I can learn it. Is it behind or down? Behind.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Stoic nod. I love that's my calling sign. That's my salute. Stoic nod.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
Omega?
I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No. No.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
That is a hat. Oh, it's surprisingly cool. Yeah, that one it is. Who's it for? Healers. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. Look at the birds in the background. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Castle. What castle is it? Are you good or bad? What is this? So he's not bad, but he might not be bad, but he's under the throw, doing bad. He could be bad, but not necessarily. Ooh! That was the end of the patch. But that doesn't mean we stop. We carry on. We need to figure Ascians, we need to figure the students, we need to figure her friend survived, the island, and we need this. So many things. Please don't give me any new ponderings and solve one of them, because we're just adding on right now. Try as I might, I cannot shake the creeping sense of dark foreboding, but it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primal have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to find the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let's pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. I need to fix them as well. Alfina did well to fund the organization, found, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know what he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alfinod has entrusted countless matters of importance to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do it again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you could go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Yes. Thought you could do this on his own, but okay. What is he? He's here. Oh, Crystal Braves. Oh, pretty blue. Red. Yellow. Red. Yellow. What is it, Sabo? And do be concise. I'm rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? Well, I see. Well, now you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I have little choice. Which is not to say that our men are want for labour. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions. But I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its solution to my second in command, Captain Ilbred. Tell him that I sent you, and he will furnish you with particulars. My thanks in advance, Dabo. Okay.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you?
I want to serve you.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
Yeah.
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own.
It's a bad omen.
That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste.
Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us.
And we back at him.
We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
I'll speak to Roban. Again, traitors in the midst. Don't they have enough problems in this city? If Ul'dah survives this era, I'm gonna be amazed.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Oh,
Ah,
you.
well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Ha! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all.
As long as there are no big ears.
So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first?
Please no.
Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime.
Better be a trusted man, that be.
It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I hope.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up.
Cuties.
Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
They yet give me new things. What level is this? 10. And I still have things I need to figure out. Me. Back and forth. Our hunt for the ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily. But one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let's return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levio. Okay. I do not like Gallian spice. Just defeated them. So anything we can do to make them not be easier to come back, I am pro. But I need answers to the students of Valdesian, and that post haste. Tease me with it all the time. We are returned from Ul'dah, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? Oh no, not the sound. You will recall that the fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site by the Ivy's minion and his important contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. God damn it! According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Gallians are not wont to treat their foreman with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party would only serve to provide the Gallians with more captives. Yet this time is of the essence. Simply put, you're the best chance we have. Oh, thank you. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you're willing, but of course you are. No. Eliane of the Fourth lies in wait at the Tangle, near the entrance to Customs Sentry. Seek her out and she will apprise you of the situation. Okay. This takes precedence. It's fine. I'm okay with it. But this is now my important task. If it is with pushing back Gallians, it's fine. Oh. Alian. She's one from Gridania. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Gallias fed upon us without warning, wounding poor Reddish and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. This is unsettling view. Let's ignore it. It was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Gallian may be interrogating Rish, or worse, with her hurts. I fear that she will not long survive their attentions. You must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is stronger than mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Right. What's the wrong button? There is the right button. I think it slipped a little bit on this, still in the learning of new mouse-ish. But I will be summoner for this special quest. Tick, 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 tick. Oh. Kabuncle! Eve pigs! What? That's on cooldown? That made no sense, but okay. Need to change my tab. I'm walking through which setting is best for me. I didn't take her inside the walls yet though. That's... Oh, maybe they did. The walls are not that intact. Where am I? I did it all without you. Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place. Rish cannot move with those wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Gallians will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If we were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let's speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Okay. Apparently my transmog hasn't worked. What? I need to swap in the city. Ah, that's a new thing. I remember. I'll just look peculiar then. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was one diversion. I'll just pick up another one over here yonder. Riding on my little choco ball, a choco ball. And another one over yonder. Titan! Smash! Paralyzes as I'm casting. Always paralyzes when it's ill-suited. Cool. Didn't interrupt enough Ifrit casts. Turned out fine. Well, let's see if they got away with my distraction. The diversionary methods and all of that. Me. I have awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us all a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Vesh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot express my gratitude. All that is left is report the mission's success to Commander Levio. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Back and forth and back. Again. May I please look normal? Yay! Oh, it does me well to see you thus returned, though I doubt not your powerless. Though I doubt not your powers. Prowess! Entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as you want. Least you wonder the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to the expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Sabo. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Rish owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men kept the wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Stabbo, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Kothas. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you're ready. Ready! Okay, I just need to look at these first. Why are they not the same? That bugs me. Ooh. Red ones, yeah. Coming to terms. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Stabbo. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Ser Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It's considered a great honor to serve as the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, the leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Ser Aymeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kothas. Mayhap you feel this is to be a waste of your talent, which could doubtless be put to noble use? If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of the sword. Agreed. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador. By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribes' activity of late. If Alfina believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. If you did, I'd have strong word with you. Antecedent. I take it Stabo has explained the situation? She has. Yet welcome thought these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? What did I know? The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thoughts. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notorious reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Albatha's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, is the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eosian alliance, formed at the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of the Silver Star Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue calls, turning a deaf ear to the neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. They didn't come. Oh. And on the field of Cartano, where brave men and women lay down their lives in defense of their realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I like them less now. I didn't think of that. That is horrifying. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eosia stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction? I would hope so. Rather than lowly messengers I have been forbid of with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though. I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at a doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Stabo. Our old friend Lord Horsefant is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Yeah. Do they have a primal threat right now and want me to help them with it? Because that would be hilarious. Yeah, I do it. We need to get a primal storm, but you know, the concept would still be hilarious. Hey, see this primal thingy? We need help with it. Ooh! Hey. Stabo, ever a welcome sight? Our hearts have been stroked with blazing preparations for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished person to catch a cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climates. Ah, good Master Alfina. An honor as always. Likewise, Lord Horsfant. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Yes, but how much did I do to help you beforehand? Basically barely equal. Nonsense. Any depths insured have long since been repaired. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? Our small attempts may even seek aid for you, your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I'm simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. Okay, he's an author. Okay. I hope so. I really hope so. No doubt your discoveries in the Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Ser Aymeric arrived in Camp Dragon's Head earlier, and I'm told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of a hearth. But if you're willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knights stationed outside the intessary. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your heart sounds, I think it's best we proceed to the intessary forthwith. Outside, inside, upside, downstairs. Who knows in this very confusing place? Oh, in here. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Oh, I'm coming first. I'm should have maybe dressed more properly to meet the Holy See people. But too late now.
Faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Ser Aymeric. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
Maybe.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
Yes, please.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations.
Fine.
Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare.
Don't know what that is, but the logics.
As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Please help us.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
We need...
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Ooh.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Good. Just said we were helping you.
Ser Aymeric, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear.
What's Dravanian?
However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Sorma.
No!
The fallen guardian of Silver Tear Falls? That's absurd.
Ooh.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mor Dhona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
Fine.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
Sounds reasonable to me, but I don't know what backstory here.
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions.
Fair.
Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Yeah, for Eorzea!
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
Mm-hmm.
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iseheart, my lord.
Ooh.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Awkward. Ooh, 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 pretty. I'm just going to wear transmog. Might not be the prudent idea, but I do. We're just starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan this book was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know there are more to this attack. Let us speak with Lord Horsefant and find out what he has learned. Yes. Just landing here. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iseheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll, as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate ceased, then as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which are only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, Lord Horsefant said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Sabo. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform the men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. So I go to the right one. Not the wrong one. Last time they were up here. And now they're down here. They're just all over the zone. That is ill bodings. Move it along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Horsefant bid you speak with us. You must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, the left navy a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it through the dam. Steal it, though a dam was slight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden in a way of... But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, this naught but speculation. Might be as squire to receiving care of the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. He might be passed away, and this is how you speak? Garuda. He's awake. You come to ask about the tax, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes, pilgrims. We marked them as lost and ill-equipped for journey further north. Our leader called out to them, one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl. I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. Cold. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were past and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. I mean, they'd have undid me. So I just lay there still and listened. Iseheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection. And they spoke of Shiva. I forgot about Shiva! Ooh. 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 So they have a primal in the Ishgard people. They will need my primal slaying help. But they're not beast tribe. But why everyone can pray to an primal and get it? I'm just a bit uncertain about all of this, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? Bad ones. I'm so sorry. It seems Lady Iseheart does not sculpt to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of Erengarium or Selfinod? Shiva was a traitor to Kilt and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know of Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you say she's their patron saint? Oh no. It all makes sense now. The horse vent was the caravan's cargo. If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iseheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Horsfand, you would agree that discretion is of the paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is given. I will need to send words to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Send me there now. Ooh, spicy. If this can be dyed, it would be great. I'm gonna do this and hope it can be dyed, because then I have cool pant options for other things. Oh, give me Shiva or I die. The persistent attack on our caravan seems a bit more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After appraising my failure of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Stabo, pray join me in with Brimfront. Since the last incident in Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillman should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. I shall see you there then. Good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Press the right button, Sabo. Oh, my hand is on E instead of W. That does not work. Inside and up. do, sir. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iseheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could not be better. Could be no better. We're all ears, Lord Rilmont. The guy. A band of pilgrims was transporting a large number of crates to the west. The garb appeared to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snorcloak, that self-same frozen wall which we speculate might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirm our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Witherbrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Ser Aymeric. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration, Iseheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Rilmont has one in mind? Yes, yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there's aught else you would have us do, pray speak and it shall be done. Too many pants today. Where's the boots now? They are something. I'll take the something boots. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillimer. We have not. The mystery on how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Witherbrim. Though some are found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iseheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movement of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir John Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Ooh, I like this. I like this. This report to that person. I'm just going to pretend to talk to these these persons. That's close to the outside. Oh, okay, you're behind the training ones. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwestern gate. See? Oh. Thought it was going up there, but he'll go south there. I see how it is. Is it him? Because I'm hiding here. The suspected heretic follows the road. What destination is this? Oh, he runs now. The suspected heretic heads south. Good hidey spots. Surveying. Hey, hey! Where in the 7H are you? I'm freezing my bullocks off there. I'm here, you blundering elf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... echo. Lower your voice, so they'll hear it out and with brim front. Yes, of course. The temple knights are... mumble, mumble, mumble. In Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me. We already know about mumble, mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels, mumble, mumble. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, mumble, mumble. To waste my time again. Is that clear? I did my stoic nod. That's unfair. Oh, hide. Okay, run. That's good. Okay. Ooh. Up the stairs again. Why? Why can't it just be on the first platform? Annoying. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard the words more clearly. Yet, the few snitches who were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of operation and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are the key to their plans, which means it's key to our plans that they are to be rooted out and put to the sword. Yeah, it is. Ooh, ooh, they're pretty. They're pretty. So pretty. Oh, they were pretty. Oh, yeah, just one pretty. Mine. I'm on a roll now. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highland undetected. Given that you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways stuff, and that the heretic in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent on House Duranda's knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease should you consent on assisting my knights with their search. I know they would take courage from the presence of a so storied warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Helion is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Stavo. The lives of our allies are at stake. Yeah, just something in me feels that we will not be able to prevent this summoning, because have we ever? And I kind of want to meet Shiva, but she sounds scary. I remember one game. Have no idea which one it was. And Shiva was difficult. So I don't know how early or late she came in. You come in usually. I'm not so knowledge on Final Fantasy. It hasn't emerged in my brain like other things have. But I feel like she has sometimes been difficult. It's gonna have the Nebulina on hand, because why not? Fallen heretic effect. And give it back to Drellmont. Oh, the stairs again. Oh, no. My knight sent no words of your coming, Stabo. What has happened? And what is in your hand? By the Fury, those are veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered in. No, we have not the men to spare. Not now, while the Isehearts prepare to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on the way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicion. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They would use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durin must send a reinforcement, even if it means withdrawing knights from Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. I agree. I agree. But that will continue in the next video. Yay! You'll get a break. So yeah, we will continue seeing how they can get their deity and not next time. This has been most intriguing thing. My pulse is like raging to do primal battle again and help Ishgardians so that, you know, they know that we don't need to join our alliance, you know? You can still help us and we can help you. You are battling a fight. Why wouldn't you want allies to help you? And not attending the Battle of Kharn now. Are you joking me? Okay, but that is paused. I wasn't there, and we shall proceed on. But yes, thanks for watching. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Would help me greatly. And I'll see you next time. Stab out.